guys and gals? Never here from Drake Queen Gaming. It's Sunny Mountain Twitter, the Gaming Dragon Day. I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Santa Lucia, Nate's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Who said anything about kissing? It's a figure of speech, dude. I'm surprised when Russell gestures towards the seat across from him. What are you standing around for? Let's not keep the birthday boy waiting. Take a seat, Ben. Can't make a speech like that and walk away now, can you? Right. There we go. Practice what you preach. With the crisis averted, the ice seems to have melted enough between the two of us that we're at least talking to each other now. I sit down on the other side of the booth, giving me a clear view of the others. I'd like to think I made a stand there for Zach's benefit, but truth be told, I'd really like a chance to talk to Russell and finally clear the air between us. So, you got us together. Was there something specific you wanted us to talk about, or are you just winging it? I guess I'm winging it, aren't I? I raised an eyebrow at the dragon. Really? That's unusual for you. You're the kind of guy who always seems to have a plan. To be fair, this almost never works. Now there's a freaky statement. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, sorry, I was mumbling to myself. What I meant was this kind of thing never works in real life. Trying some of your comic book logic on us? If it gets results, I guess. Heh. Somehow all the tension from earlier has seemed to evaporate. All three of us laugh at the silliness of what just transpired. Not gonna lie, it's friggin' cute. The lion taps his fingers on the table. Damn, I wish I didn't finish all those chips and salsa while I was waiting. Props to the chef, those are really fucking good. I'm sure my dad would love to hear that. The salsa's a special recipe he learned as a teen in New Orleans. I never would have guessed that such a famous musician's also an accomplished chef. If you'd like, I can get you some more. My ears perk up at the offer. Color me intrigued, I'd like a serving too. Okay, I'll be right back. The dragon slides underneath the table and out the other end. Wow, I didn't expect that. You could have just asked me to move, you know. I've lived here most of my life. I'm used to doing this. If you say so. I watch as the dragon's tail sways as he dashes into the kitchen. It's very subtle, but I can tell by his body language he's happy with how things are turning out so far. Although, without his presence... The two of us struggle to make eye contact. So, did you remember to bring a present? Huh? Oh, shit! Where's the camera when I need it? Now that's the bit I remember. Shut up. I scratched behind my ear in embarrassment. Relax, I brought a couple gifts. He points at a box stashed away on a nearby table. See the purple one? You can give him that. Really? Are you sure? It's not like he saw me carrying anything on the way here. Just say you hit it up your ass or something, I don't know. I'm sure he'll appreciate it either way. Thanks, Russell. Don't mention it. Better to not disappoint the guy on his birthday, right? Yeah, I know money's no object for him, but this is a really nice gesture. Not just for Zach, but for me too. It's like an olive branch. So, what is it? That's the backup gift. The one I'm gonna give him is a few rare issues of a comic series he collects. It cost me a couple $1,000, but Zach's worth it. My god, that's a lot of money. Not like I have anything better to spend it on. As for you, you're gonna give him a pack of guitar strings. I don't know if you've noticed, but he's been running with some real worn-out strings there for a while. I didn't... Then again, I don't know that much about guitars. The lion shrugs his shoulders. He's played a couple times for me. I think his music could sound better with higher quality strings. That's where you come in. I don't know what to say. These are some really thoughtful gifts. You're making me look like an absent-minded friend. Well, if the shoe fits. Hey! I'm kidding. Still as touchy as ever, I see. Almost as quick as he left, Zach returns with a couple small bowls of salsa and several packs of chips. Here we go. Here we go. He places the tray he was carrying them on in the middle of the table. Let me get up this time, okay? Okay. Russell slides over to the end of the seat and stands, giving Zach enough room to slip by and return to where he was earlier. Wow, this batch looks even better than the last. Thanks. I scooped out the best ones from the bag. By the way, Dad said appetizers should be coming real soon. What are they serving? I asked for their Cajun-style chicken wings before you got here. They're bringing out fresh breadsticks, too. Sounds good. The three of us spend the next few minutes digging into the chips and salsa. Russell stares at Zach, almost as if he's sizing him up for something. What is it? Nothing. I'm just wondering how a polar bear and a raccoon could produce a water dragon. Must be one hell of a hybrid, dude. Well, I thought I told you already that I'm adopted. Yeah, I'm just teasing you. So, your parents weren't able to have any kids of their own, huh? I cringed slightly at the insensitive way Russell phrased that question. Nope, that's why they became foster parents. Right on, good for them. Do you think it had anything to do with their species mix? Polar bears and raccoons are pretty different. I doubt it. Still, they don't talk about it much, and I never asked. Man, I wish I paid more attention in biology. I still don't understand how a child's species is determined. Don't you remember that one monk and his beans? It was pea plants, actually. Mendelian genetics explains it most of the way, but biologists made recent discoveries in the genome that help determine the child's species more accurately. My eyes slowly start to cloud over. Science was never my thing, but I'll do my best to listen to Zach's explanation. Sometimes I forget that he's in the pre-med program at school. From what I understand, it's surprisingly binary. There's a 50% chance of a single sperm cell carrying the father's species gene, and it's always dominant. If the gene is present, then the child's species will be the same as their father. If the gene is absent, then the child's species will be the same as their mother. Zach returns to Russell with a coy smile. Hybrids are exceptionally rare, but they do happen. The lion slowly claps his hands. Bravo! You're a lot smarter than you let on, dude. I raise an eyebrow at him. With Russell, it can be hard to tell whether his praise is genuine or a sarcastic insult. Thanks! Guess it doesn't really matter if Zach took it as a compliment. There's more to genetics than meets the eye. And speaking of eyes, he points to his blue right eye. I got this from my mother. She's a white-tailed deer. Is she really? I didn't know you were mixed heritage, Russell. The lion shrugs his shoulders. It's nothing special. Plenty of people are mixed. I didn't get to know her that well since my parents were never married to begin with. She fucked off to somewhere in Europe. Who knows? Barely ever hear from her anyway. Absent mothers and bad fathers. Russell and I really do have a lot in common, don't we? And it's not like my dad that would have stood for the damage it would have done to his reputation. What? Having a son out of wedlock? No. I know you're young, but come on. It wasn't even that long ago that interspecies relationships were frowned upon. Depending on who you talk to, they still are. A low but friendly voice chimes into our conversation. Stanley places a large tray filled with chicken wings and breadsticks between us on the table. Beside my bum leg, the biggest reason I retired from music was the way me and my wife were treated. There are many places in the world, even here in America, that see relationships such as ours as sinful. The old man shrugs and continues to smile. Even with all the hardships, I still love my wife with all my heart and wouldn't trade our time together for anything. He looks at his son and winks. Life always has a way of working out in the end. Plus, young people are much more open-minded these days than we were in our youth. The doors are wide open for you now. I'm confident you boys won't have to suffer through the same trials we did back in the day. Anyways, that's enough of my soapbox. Enjoy the wings. I'm off to start preparing the entrees. Thanks, Dad. Thank you, sir. Thanks, Mr. Stanley. The bear lets out a hearty laugh before he disappears into the kitchen once more. Please, call me Stan. I don't know about you guys, but I'm starving. Yeah, dig in then. Birthday boy gets the honors. Russell passes the tray over to Zach, who wastes no time piling wings onto his plate. I gotta say, this is turning out way better than I expected. I'm learning a lot more about everyone today, too. Still, there's burning questions in my mind that I need answers for. Am I gonna have the chance to actually ask them tonight? About an hour has passed at this point. We've made it through dinner, presents, and singing. Now things are starting to wind down. Well, that's alright, water's gone. Zach and Russell continue a lively conversation on the other side of the table while I check my phone. Funny, Karina hasn't texted me yet. I hope everything went alright for her with that Malcolm thing. Hey, do you mind if I step outside for a bit? I need a smoke. The lion taps the little box hanging around his neck. If you really need to. I wish you wouldn't smoke. It's gonna kill you someday. Rather than get defensive, Russell just laughs. I'm gonna die someday anyway. Might as well enjoy the time I have left, right? With that, he slides to the end of the bench and stands up. I'll be back in about 15 minutes or so. I don't say anything, only giving him a nod in response. Once I'm confident the lion is out of earshot, I address Zach. So, You two got really close since I introduced you to each other. Any particular reason for that? What do you mean? I think back to how protective Zach is of Russell and how much he went to bat for him despite my warnings. I don't know, just curious is all. He's the only one... I adjust my ears to try and pick up what Zach's mumbling. Man, you've got to speak up, dude. I can never hear you when you talk like that. Sorry. I guess I'm not one to take rumors as unquestionable fact. I've been on the other side of bad rumors before, so I know how it feels. Right. Rumors. I unconsciously gazed towards the entryway. He may not show up, but he was happy you texted him. Really? Him pushing you away is not what you think it is. I think you should talk to him. You owe it to him to at least hear his side of the story. I paused for a moment before nodding my head in affirmation. Yeah, I think so too. I moved to the end of the bench. I promise I'm not going to freak out over what I hear either. You still think he did it? It's... He backs me into a corner, practically demanding an answer. No, not really. But there's got to be a reason he won't defend himself. I can tell you from experience. Sometimes it's just easier to let people believe what they want to believe. And when everyone believes something that damning about you, a chill runs down my spine. It sounds like my worst nightmare. I've been such an asshole, my god. That's the exact reason why I don't want people to know about my nightmares and hallucinations. I don't think I could handle if it became the freak everyone points and laughs at. Yet here I am, hopping on the same kind of bandwagon against Russell. I think I see your point now, Zach. You do? Yeah. I need to apologize to Russell. I'll be right back. Thanks for helping me realize this, Zach. Well, I'm glad. With that out of the way, I waste no time making my way to the restaurant. I'm met by the chilly evening breeze as soon as the door closes behind me. The lights from the boardwalk glisten in the calm ocean waters beside it. Across the street, there's a small outcropping beside a bike trail overlooking the beach. I recognize the figure leaning against the railing. I take a deep breath, prepare myself, then cross the street once it's clear. Without saying a word, I take a spot near him on the railing and gaze out at the waves rolling in. We stand like this for a while, neither one of us willing to break the silence between us. That's a good picture. I'm getting some mighty deja vu here. Same. Actually, I'm going to pause it right there, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Don't forget to check out our Patreon, y'all. Alright, bye-bye!